So the main elements of a tenant's insurance policy comprises of there's contents, so your personal belongings, everything that you have and you own that belong to you yourself. This would often include like your clothing, the furniture, down to the electronics, even down to the food and the groceries that you have in your fridge. There's also another component as well called the additional living expenses, whereby if a peril had occurred within your unit, such as fire, flood, smoke, or even damage from a unit above. Let's say someone upstairs left their bathtub running and the water ended up coming down into your unit. So the expenses of having to have you live elsewhere while that repair is being repaired or replaced is going to be covered, whether that's hotel costs, rent elsewhere, even in some cases, transportation costs, so that you're still able to get to and from work at your new place, because you can't do that from your regular home. The last part as well is also liability are the main components as well. And the liability portion would be, let's say you yourself had caused damage to your unit with leaving the water running or knocking over a candle, and that ended up impacting other units. That's where liability kicks in. So that's a very common question that we do get. Oftentimes people have this misconception that the landlord's insurance is going to cover my things. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So if the landlord's insurance will cover their own unit, so the unit itself, if there was a damage that occurred, it will not cover your own personal belongings. Again, your clothing, your furniture, your electronics. So that would not be covered under your landlord's insurance. Your own insurance would cover that personally. And that's an often common question we also get as well. In regards to the contents that do not belong to you, the landlord's insurance will cover the contents that belong to the landlord. And unfortunately, it will not cover, again, your personal belongings, again, your clothing, and the things that you bring into the unit yourself. With regards to that, in the event that a claim does occur, let's say it was that example of a fire being knocked, a candle being knocked over, and then a fire impacting the contents that, let's say, your landlord owns, that's where liability would then kick in. So your liability would then cover the landlord's belongings that you accidentally damage. So aside from protecting all of your assets and all the personal belongings that you've worked hard for, you also gain as well additional discounts on not only your auto insurance for having the multi-line. When you bundle home and auto together, you also get the benefit of the discounts on both policies, not just your tenant insurance, but also on your auto insurance. Plus, on top of that too, you also build your credit. And what I mean by that is you're also going to be able to build up your insurance history so that when you buy your first home, they're going to look at all the years that you've had previously, even as a tenant, to help reduce those costs. As we all know, home insurance and cost of homes are rising every year. So along with that, having any of those discounts really benefits in reducing the overall costs. With those credit as well that you're building up, it also allows you to help gain monthly payment plans and other multiple payment options rather than being stuck to having to pay the full bill at once.